If we focus our efforts on M Sector, I'm certain that... Sergeant, welcome, welcome. Good to have you here. I'm Commander Heron Tavis, Havoc Squad's commanding officer. We're all excited to have some new blood in the unit. Let me introduce you to the other members of Havoc Squad. My second-in-command, Captain Zora, is the squad's infiltration and assassination specialist. We call her Wraith.
Sergeant.
This is Fuse, Lieutenant Vanto Bazrin. He's an expert with every type of explosive in the known galaxy.
Oh, yes. Hello, Sergeant, hello. Good to meet you.
And this is Needles, Lieutenant Ryler Durant. Needles is a medical genius. He's particularly adept at synthesizing powerful new combat stimulants and adrenals.
Perfection is my art, Sergeant. It will be my honor to help you perform at your very best.
And of course you met Gearbox on your way here, so that's everyone. People, this is the new sergeant I mentioned, ranked first in the Academy in forward assault, search and destroy, and advanced recon. It's good to have you, Sergeant.
It's a real pleasure to meet all of you.
Now, the reason we're all here. A Republic transport carrying among its cargo a ZR-57 orbital strike bomb crashed in northern Avalatan 6 days ago. Recovery unit sent a team, but they were too late. Separatist forces had already stolen the transport's cargo, including the ZR-57, and fled.
What are the ZR-57's capabilities, sir?
The ZR-57 is... well, it's serious hardware, you know? I mean, it can pretty much vaporize this whole island. So we'd better get it back, or, well, boom.
We're investigating several leads to the bomb's location, but the one I'd like you to look into, Sergeant, comes from a Republic spy named Bellis. Bellis reported making an important discovery, but he's too deep to exfiltrate for a full report. Instead, you'll rendezvous with Bellis in a nearby village called Talaran. Bellis will meet you in a small alley in Talaran. Find out what he's discovered, then return to base immediately. Understood?
I'll talk to the guy.
I have one last introduction to make. This is Lieutenant Aric Jorgan, an operations officer from the Republic's Ord Mantell Infantry Command. Since we're on individual missions to search for this bomb, Lieutenant Jorgan is coordinating our efforts from here within the mission room.
All right, Sergeant. I'll be overseeing your op through the camera mounted on your armor, so I see what you see. It's activated when you leave the fort. I'll make this completely clear, Rookie. When you're in the field, what I say goes. Period.
I can handle myself, sir.
The other members of Havoc have proven themselves on dozens of ops, Sergeant. You haven't. Just make your way to Talaran, meet up with Bellis, and find out what he knows without screwing anything up.
Good luck in Talaran, Sergeant. Dismissed.
Great. Bellis is KIA. That's some fine work, Sergeant. Do you think you could have taken a little longer getting to the RV point?
It isn't my fault Bellis went and got himself killed.
Yes. I'm sure the fact that he was standing around suspiciously waiting for you to arrive had nothing to do with him getting shot. However, there is a chance you might be able to find out what Bellis learned. If you follow procedure, Bellis should have left a coded recording of his discovery in his field box, hidden somewhere inside his home in Talaran. Remember, if the Separatists know Bellis was a spy, they may already be searching his house or waiting to ambush Republic agents as they come. Stay alert. You have to get that field box from Bellis' house before the Separatists do. Double time it.
Permission to resume my mission, Lieutenant?
Just get it done. Jorgan out.
Oh, Sergeant, hey, you're back. Good job out there in Talaran. Really nice work.
I'll take the field box you retrieved, Sergeant. And maybe next time, you could bring me a live Republic agent instead. Lieutenant Bazrin here still thinks you're mission-worthy, so he has a task for you. He'll brief you while I start decoding Bellis' intel.
Oh, yes, we found an urgent lead while you were in Talaran, Sergeant. The perfect op for our new assault specialist.
This better be good.
Here's what happened. This refugee comes into the fort, right? Not that unusual, but this guy says he knows about a Separatist bombing. One happening today. All we got was his name, Miru, 'cause he was thrown out of the fort before we could get to him.
I take it the guy's intel was less than reliable, or else he'd still be here.
Bums come here every day trying to trade intel for credits. It's bogus 90% of the time, so the grunts downstairs usually chase them off.
I guess Miru could be lying, but what if he does know about the ZR-57? We can't take that risk. Anyway, we looked into it, and Miru is staying over in the refugee camp. See if you can find him there.
I'll get everything this refugee knows.
And while you're gone, Jorgan will decode the information from Bellis' field box. Hopefully we'll find out what the Separatists are hiding.
Now get to the refugee camp and get Miru's intel, soldier.
If this bombing's happening soon, there's no time to waste.
All right, Sergeant. I copied what Miru said, and this bomb situation sounds like the real thing. I want you to head for the road Miru described and locate the Separatists' hidden bombs. A troop convoy is scheduled to move through the area any minute now, so you need to get those bombs defused ASAP. Double time it, soldier.
I do my best work under pressure.
Jorgan out.
Ah, Sergeant, good to see you again. Superb work on that ambush situation. Adaptability like that is what Havoc Squad is all about.
Well, we're no closer to finding the bomb than we were before.
Not for long. I have good news. Lieutenant Jorgan has finished reviewing the intel from Bellis's field box. It's given us a real breakthrough.
Did Bellis manage to uncover the ZR-57's hiding place?
He did, Sergeant.
Bellis discovered that the Separatists have the ZR-57 secured inside their supply outpost on Manor Point, a small island just off the coast.
I sent Wraith ahead to reconnoiter the outpost, and she successfully located a secured area where we believe the bomb is stored. Judging by the dramatic increase in the number of guards and the complex security systems installed, we're certain the bomb is there.
Honestly, with security like this, Manor Point looks more like an Imperial military base than a Separatist hideout to me. I think the Seps are getting a helping hand, Commander.
From the Imperials? That seems unlikely, Lieutenant. Surely our spies would have discovered any Imperial involvement on Ord Mantell long before now.
Fighting Imperials is what I signed up for. I say bring 'em on.
You said it, Sergeant.
We can discuss the possibility of any Imperial connections later. Let's focus on the mission at hand. Wraith can't breach the secure area of the Manor Point outpost alone, so I'm sending you in immediately. The Manor Point bridge is out of commission, so you'll have to make an amphibious approach to the island. When you arrive, effect entry into the supply outpost and rendezvous with Wraith inside. She'll give you further instructions at that time. Understood?
Understood, sir.
This mission is gravely important, Sergeant. Many lives depend on your success. Dismissed.
Sergeant, you've returned. Oh, masterful work eliminating the Separatist officers. The beast has been beheaded.
I'll get the officer's data out to the rest of Havoc right away. As for you, Lieutenant Doran here has a special op already planned out.
Earlier today, a man named Zach came to the fort from Oradam village seeking medical attention. Zach was suffering from acute radiation poisoning, causing catastrophic organ failures. His body was practically tearing itself apart from within. Quite magnificent to observe.
Is it normal for villagers to get radiation poisoning, sir?
Not at all. As a day laborer, Zach performs pointless menial tasks that would never involve any kind of radiation exposure.
On the other hand, Fuse told us that the ZR-57 can leak significant amounts of radiation if handled improperly.
Zach must have been near the ZR-57, knowingly or otherwise. I want the details, even if you must pry them from his dying husk of a mind.
You'll have everything Zach knows, sir. Believe me.
The medics who treated Zach weren't equipped to cure his condition. Most of their supplies have been stolen by scavengers. However, if you were to retrieve the necessary ingredients to treat Zach's affliction, I think you would find the offer of a cure very useful in gaining his cooperation. Given that Zach's current medications can promise only a lifetime of excruciating pain, the potential for a full recovery should be an excellent motivator.
Command knows exactly where the scavengers are. We just haven't had the resources to deal with them. Here are the coordinates and a list of ingredients to retrieve. Any questions?
Once I have the ingredients, where do I take them? What's Zach's location?
Once you've got the cure collected, you'll confront Zach at his home in Ordam Village and question him about the ZR-57. Nothing fancy on this, Sergeant. Just get the ingredients, get the intel from Zach, and then get back. Dismissed.
Come in, Sergeant. I copied everything. Sounds like we're going to be hitting the Separatists where they live. Good work.
I'm a charming person. What can I say?
Yeah, I guess you missed your calling. But just hang on before you file for that transfer. We still got work to do. Infiltrating that mountain stronghold isn't going to be easy. I put out the call. Havoc is assembling immediately, so get back here on the double.
I can't wait to take those Seps down once and for all.
You and me both, Sergeant. Jorgan out.
Ah, Sergeant. Welcome back. Grab yourself a seat. You're going to be observing the op here with me.
Observing what op? Where are Commander Tavis and the others?
Havoc Squad is infiltrating the Separatist stronghold to retrieve the ZR-57 as we speak. Commander Tavis was very clear. Under no circumstances can I send you in to join Havoc on this mission. I have to admit, I'm a little surprised. I honestly thought you were starting to come along, but I guess Tavis still isn't convinced you're ready for the big time.
I found that bomb. I should be the one to retrieve it.
Maybe next time, Sergeant. I'm sure.
Lieutenant, sir, we've got a situation here.
Talk to me, Ensign. What's going on?
We've lost contact with Havoc Squad, sir. Comms, video locators, everything. It's like they've disappeared completely.
That's unacceptable, soldier. You get back to that terminal, and you get me Havoc status. Now.
Yes, sir.
You think Zack and Joller set us up, sir?
There's no way to tell from here. Whatever happened was bad.
Still no signal from Havoc Squad, sir. I think we may have lost them.
All right, listen up, people. This mission will not fail on my watch. We are not going to let that bomb get away again. Infiltrating that stronghold is a mission only Havoc Squad can pull off. Lucky for us, we have one Havoc trooper left. Sergeant, you're going in there. The ZR-57 must not remain in Separatist hands. Is that clear, Sergeant?
Yes, sir.
We were hoping to get the bomb back intact, but we're way south of a best-case scenario here. So here's the new plan. We have the activation code for the ZR-57. We disarm the bomb, leaving the Seps with nothing but a big radioactive paperweight.
You'll have to hijack the Separatists' comm system to broadcast the code. This data spike should do the trick.
I never thought it'd come to this, Sergeant. I don't need to tell you what happens if you don't pull this off.
I've never failed a mission before, and I'm not going to start today.
That's what I like to hear. You have the coordinates for the Separatist stronghold. I'm sure you can guess how much security they're likely to have. Breach the perimeter, use the data spike on the comm terminal, and shut the ZR-57 down for good. Thousands of lives are on the line, Sergeant. We're counting on you. Good luck, Sergeant.
You did it, Sergeant. That was some top-notch soldiering. We're all proud of you.
I encountered Imperial soldiers guarding the bomb.
Copy that. We saw them through your armor cam. Unbelievable. Imperial soldiers operating right alongside the Separatists. We need to know how deep this connection goes. I want you to continue further into the base. Finding the rest of Havoc Squad is now priority 1. If they've been captured, they might be able to tell us more about what's going on in there. If possible, you should also retrieve the ZR-57. It costs about 40 million credits, so Command would like it back. But your squad mates are the main objective now.
If my squad mates are here, I will bring them home.
Good luck, Sergeant.
With all due respect, how can you do this? I've served with you in Infantry Command for years.
That's enough, Jorgan. This wasn't my choice. But a defection of this scale, somebody has to swing, and the powers that be say it's you.
I guess word of the defection is traveling fast.
Your command full of traitors just destroyed my career, Sergeant. Command can't punish them, so they're burning me instead.
You must be our last loyal Havoc member. I'm General Vander, Republic Chief of Operations for Ord Mantell. It's a pleasure to finally meet you. On behalf of the Republic and the people of Ord Mantell, I want to thank and congratulate you for your courageous actions in disabling the stolen ZR-57. Your heroic efforts saved countless innocent lives. In recognition of your valiant service, I hereby promote you to the rank of Lieutenant. Congratulations.
This is just too good to be true.
Congratulations, sir.
Now, Lieutenant, as the last remaining member of Havoc, the duty of rebuilding the squad falls to you. Havoc is your command. To get the process started, I've decided to assign Sergeant Jorgan here as Havoc's first new member.
I'd be glad to have you in the unit, Jorgan.
I'll take the Havoc patch and Sergeant Stripes if it means I get to grind them into Tavis's face before we kill him.
This is the best I can do for you, Jorgan. You're a good man. We need good people now more than ever. I don't know what Tavis is planning, but he knows the inner workings of our military better than anyone. The destruction he could cause is limitless.
I'm gonna kill every single one of those traitors if it's the last thing I do.
Just don't underestimate them, Lieutenant. Tavis and his followers won't be easy to take down. In any case, your work here is done. I've got a shuttle prepped, and you're going to Coruscant for your next assignment. When you arrive on Coruscant, report immediately to the head of Spec Force Division, General Garza. She'll be issuing your orders from now on.
I'm hunting Tavis down. I hope General Garza's on board with that.
General Garza will do whatever is best for the situation, Lieutenant. And you'd do well to stow the attitude before you meet her. You better get to your shuttle. It's waiting for you in the landing bay. Lieutenant, Sergeant, you're dismissed. I hope I see you again someday.
So, Havoc Squad. The best of the best. Can't say I'm thrilled about the demotion, but it's an honor to be here, sir.
How you holding up?
You mean after watching Tavis flush my career down the fresher? What do you think? 4 years at the academy, 7 years in the field, decorations, commendations. Would have been captain soon if command hadn't hung me out to dry.
We both know Tavis's defection wasn't your fault.
Tell that to the brass when they need a scapegoat. But hey, water under the bridge. Command put me in Havoc to help you find Tavis, and I intend to do just that. I've hunted Imperials from one side of the galaxy to the next. Used to command the Deadeyes, finest sniper squad in the Republic.
I'm not familiar with that outfit.
No? Maybe I'll tell you about them sometime. Spend enough time on a backwater like Ord Mantell, you almost forget what a civilized planet's supposed to look like. I did my officer training here, back before I was deployed to Ord Mantell. There was still a fair bit of reconstruction going on then. Rebuilding things the Imperials destroyed. I still can't believe the Empire managed to sack Coruscant back in the war. The capital of the entire Republic, and they raided it like some outer rim mudball.
Seems like the Empire would have tried to hold on to Coruscant.
Nah, they didn't bring the numbers to actually take over. It was a psych op. Sack Coruscant, scare everyone in the Republic. Get people thinking that nobody's safe. Anyways, we should get moving. Don't want to keep anyone important waiting.
Yes, Senator, that's exactly what I'm saying. I can assure you that I've seen no shred of proof supporting these rumors of a defection within Spec Force Division.
General, surely you understand. We need more than just your assurances in a matter of this.
My assurances are what you're getting, Senator. They'll have to be enough. Now, if you'll excuse me, I seem to have a guest.
But, General...
Impeccable timing, Lieutenant. I'm General Garza. It's good to finally meet you in person.
It's an honor to be here, General.
I have to congratulate you. Surviving the ordeal on Ord Mantell took skill and courage. I'm impressed.
It's not easy being this good.
But I imagine the confidence comes naturally. Sergeant Jorgan, I'm pleased to have you with us as well. General Vander holds you in very high regard.
Thank you, sir. But General Vander has an odd way of showing his regard.
Vander did the best he could for you, Sergeant. And I'd say a position in the Republic's most decorated Special Forces squad is doing very well indeed. It's regrettable about Tavis and the others. I knew they were upset, but I never imagined they would be so foolish as to defect. Nevertheless, whatever your former squad mates once were to us, they are now extremely dangerous enemies of the Republic.
If we have to kill Tavis and the others, then we have to kill them.
I'm glad I can depend on you to do what's necessary, Lieutenant.
So, let's load up a strike shuttle and hunt Tavis and the rest of them down like the scum they are.
I would very much like to give that order, Sergeant.
Tavis told me that Endo Prime was the reason for Havoc's defection. What happened on that planet?
We sent Havoc to Endo Prime to cut off an Imperial offensive, but the enemy numbers were much bigger than Intel had led us to believe. When we tried to dispatch an extraction team, the Senate shut down the entire operation. We were causing an incident and breaching the peace. Bureaucrats. Havoc was left with no support and no way home. But in spite of insurmountable odds, Cardin led Havoc out of there alive.
Havoc's squad really was betrayed by the Senate.
They were put in a terrible situation, Lieutenant, but that doesn't excuse their actions.
I reviewed your service record before that ZR-57 op. Been meaning to discuss it with you. So you can kill Imperials. But that guerrilla mentality won't cut it in the big time.
Why were you looking through my record?
I like to know who I'm serving with, especially if they're giving orders. When I signed on with the Deadeyes, my CO was Lieutenant Vorn. Certified war hero, as decorated as they come. When he gave an order, we trusted it, followed it to the letter. A squad needs that kind of commitment to operate effectively.
I expect you to give me that same level of dedication.
I always give 100%. That's not the issue. Havoc Squad is the Republic's most elite outfit. We tackle the missions no one else can handle. Traitor or no, Tavis is a tough act to follow. You think you're up to it?
I wouldn't be leading Havoc Squad if I didn't.
Good answer. You've got confidence and plenty of raw talent. Maybe you'll pull this off. You think Havoc will start shaping into an actual squad soon?
I'll recruit more soldiers as soon as I find some Havoc-worthy candidates.
Makes sense. Once this unit starts growing, people's expectations of us, of you, are only going to get bigger. That CO post could get real heavy real quick.
I was born to lead.
Enjoy it while you can. Commanding a squad is no cakewalk. Nothing worse than having to choose between the success of the mission and the lives of your men. That said, a leader can't be soft on his troops. Coddling your men will only get them killed.
When did Command put you in charge of Havoc? Oh, right. They didn't.
Real mature. Inventory report, sir. Food and medical supplies all look good, but our munitions are getting low. Thought we'd have enough to last us a year. Already requisitioned Command for more. Guess I shouldn't be too surprised. See more action in one day with Havoc than you see in a month with the Deadeyes.
There's a lot of demand for a unit of our caliber.
We mainly ran decapitation strikes. Neutralized enemy commanders before a Republic offensive. Left the opposition leaderless, disorganized. Sometimes, we'd camp outside the enemy's base for weeks, waiting for a clear shot. Eventually, we'd hit our target, pull out, let the ground pounders mop up.
You must have chalked up quite a kill count.
Over 24 confirmed. Eventually, I was offered a promotion and a post on Ord Mantell. I took it. Smart move career-wise. More men, more responsibility. But I wasn't interested in fighting separatists.
Must have been an awkward transition.
One day I'm picking off Imperial brass, the next I'm pacifying mobs of angry seps. After my transfer, command of the Deadeyes fell to my XO, Torv. Smart kid. A little green, but the potential was there.
You weren't sure I was fit to lead, and look how I turned out.
Point taken, sir. Come to think of it, I haven't been in contact with the Deadeyes for a while. I should find out where they're stationed. Catch up. Sir, you should know. General Vander contacted me. Said he'd talk it over with the brass and finagled a way to get me back on Ord Mantell. Offered me my old post. A promotion and command of their operations there. Pretty sweet deal overall.
I hope you turned him down. You're part of Havoc Squad now.
You think I'd head back to some backwater planet like Ord Mantell? Fact is, I've been hitting the Empire harder than ever since I joined Havoc Squad. I didn't enlist to win medals or promotions. I enlisted to protect the Republic, to prove my people have a place here.
Glad you're finally warming up to your assignment.
It's growing on me.
We already lost one home to the Mandalorians. I'm not about to let the Empire take another.
Bad news, sir. I just received a dispatch from Command. It's my old sniper squad, the Deadeyes. They've been captured. Happened during a routine officer hunt. Somehow the imps got the drop on them and rounded up the entire unit. Careless.
How long have the Deadeyes been in Imperial custody?
Weeks. More than enough time to be marched in front of a firing squad. Look, something about this doesn't sit right with me. The Deadeyes' area of operation was on Nar Shaddaa. That's Hutt territory. Neutral ground. They shouldn't have had any business operating there.
You think there's more going on here?
Can't say yet. I need to know what happened to the Deadeyes. And if they're still alive. Missions on Nar Shaddaa are usually greenlit by the SIS. With your permission, I'd like to meet with them. See what they know.
Get a hold of Jonas Balker. He may be able to help us.
Your call. We'll rendezvous at the dive he hangs out in. With any luck, he'll have something for us.
You're early. Haven't even had time to order us up a round. Not that I need a drink to enjoy your company.
The Deadeyes. Balker, what do you know?
Just because Jonas knows how to talk to a woman, it's no reason to get upset.
Sorry, sir. Just hoping to find the Deadeyes before the Imperials execute them.
Fine. I dug up what info I could, but frankly, there isn't much to report. Far as I can tell, the Deadeyes tried to off some Imperial big shot. Things went south, and they got themselves captured.
We both know the SIS has more intel than that.
There's more at stake here than you know. We're on the verge of an incident. The Imperials are out for blood, so the Republic is distancing itself from the operation. I shouldn't even be talking to you about all this. Those boys are on their own.
These are Republic soldiers, sir. Good men. All of them.
The Deadeyes knew what they were getting themselves into, Jorgan.
Doesn't mean we shouldn't do everything we can to bring them home.
Look, I know this stinks, but my hands are tied on this one. I've got major players breathing down my neck. Otherwise, I'd tell you to investigate that prison the Imperials set up in Shadowtown.
The Imperials have a facility besides the normal Shadowtown areas?
Keep it down. This isn't your usual cantina gossip. Now, rumor has it, and I'm just talking here, that the Imperials built themselves a makeshift prison not too far from here. That's where they dump any local riffraff that get out of line. Could be they took the Deadeyes there.
Thanks for the tip, Balker.
I'm just making conversation. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got an alibi to work on. Remember, this meeting never happened.
They're not on this cell block. Let's move on to the next. I'm not seeing them anywhere. Let's check out the central computer. No sign of them here. Balker must have sent us on a wild... Wait. I may have something. It's an outgoing holo message. Recent.
This is Captain Titch, confirming the details for outgoing prisoner transfer 993B. We've got 3 Gamorrean trespassers, a couple of spice peddlers, and our catch of the day, the legendary Deadeyes.
Looks like the Imperials already moved them.
Question is, where?
As per protocol, we've split the Deadeyes up and transferred them to off-world labor camps. I've encrypted the coordinates for their designated camps into this transmission. Those scum can spend their remaining years working off their debt.
Message ends there. Guess the imps don't make things quick for their POWs. Lucky us.
Make a copy of those coordinates.
On it. The encryption here is good. Too good. I can't crack it. Looks like we may need Balker's services again.
Off the hollow with a very angry Imperial diplomat. Apparently, some Republic troopers broke into the Imperial Detention Center.
Hey, I just went to Hari's for a drink. I got a new waitress there. Real looker.
Don't get cute with me, Balker. You know something.
Is this a bad time?
On the contrary. Now I know exactly where to stick my foot. Senior Agent Zane, SIS. That little stunt you pulled ruined any chance we had of negotiating the Deadeye's safe return.
Check your facts, Zane. The Imperials already shipped them off-world.
It's Senior Agent Zane, thank you. And storming an Imperial facility, guns blazing, it makes things worse. Your involvement ends now. Clear?
As clear as a Hutta swamp on a foggy night.
Don't test me. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got an Imperial ambassador to mollify. I trust you'll see yourselves off my planet.
What were you thinking coming back here? I told you I couldn't be connected to any of this.
We found some encrypted coordinates in the prison's central computer. We think they'll tell us where the Deadeyes are.
Any chance you can decrypt those coordinates for us?
Not with Zane watching me. Look, a friend in Signal Intelligence owes me a favor. I'll put you in contact with him. He may be able to make something of those coordinates. It's the best I can do.
We couldn't have done this without Balker. I think you owe him your thanks.
Fine. Balker. Thanks.
Hey, anything for you, Jorgan.
I'll connect with Balker's contact once we get back to the ship. I'll report if I hear anything. Got a problem, sir. Weapons malfunction. I had a couple of misfires during that prison run. I think the barrel might be out of whack. Not surprising given all the action we've seen. With your permission, I'd like to inspect the rest of the squad's ordnance, make sure everything's up to code.
Looking for an excuse to go through my personal effects, are we?
Maybe. There's something you don't want me to find?
I've got a few things in my wardrobe that aren't exactly regulation.
What you wear while you're off duty isn't any of my business, sir. Unless you make it my business. Well, those weapons aren't going to inspect themselves, sir.
I've called the other members of Havoc Squad here so you can designate one of them as your executive officer. Your XO will serve you as second in command and be promoted to the rank of lieutenant. As droids cannot hold rank, your choice is between Sergeants Jorgan and Dorn.
Let's start with you, Jorgan. Why should I give you this promotion?
Are you serious? I was lieutenant when you met me. I was an operations officer on Ord Mantell for more than 3 years. If Tavis hadn't left the lazy jerks upstairs hungry for a scapegoat, I'd still be a lieutenant. Besides, you've seen my results in the field. I'm obviously the most qualified for executive officer.
Sergeant Dorn has done a lot for this squad, Jorgan.
Yes, she's a great medic, and she knows the regs, but she doesn't have the training or the experience that I have, sir. Thank you for hearing me out, sir.
Memorizing regulations doesn't put the bad guys in body bags.
I believe in regulations, sir. Because if we do not hold ourselves to our own ideals, we are no better than our enemy. Thank you for allowing me to speak, sir.
Aric Jorgan, you are hereby promoted to the rank of lieutenant.
Finally back where I started.
Sir, I'm not very good at this, but thank you for the exo spot. My career took a big hit when Tavis defected. I wasn't sure I'd ever recover.
You've proven yourself plenty of times on the field, Jorgan. You earned that promotion.
Thank you, sir. I'll make sure Havoc stays the top squad in the Republic. You can count on it. Well, the search is officially underway. I transmitted those coordinates we picked up to Balkar's contact in Sigint. Won't be long before we find out where the Deadeyes are. Well, look at that. That you, Gav?
You know, you really ought to start encrypting your communications. Finding your frequency was child's play.
Your contact looks just like that nosy agent we met before. Weird.
Enough games. I'll just leave you with a friendly suggestion. Walk away.
That smug. Why is he so interested in the Deadeyes? In any case, he knows about Balkar's contact at Sigint. We'll have to find someone else to decrypt those coordinates.
Balkar will know what to do. Let's get a hold of him.
Fine. I'll put in the call. Balkar, this is Lieutenant Jorgan with Havoc Squad. You read me?
Loud and clear, Havoc. What is it now?
Zane's trying to stop us from decrypting those coordinates. We need your help.
Are you trying to get me suspended? Fired? Maybe arrested?
Yes or no, Balkar?
Fine. Send me the coordinates. I'll make a few calls, cash in a few favors. It'll take time, but I'll get those coordinates decrypted.
We appreciate this, Balkar.
You're lucky I can't say no to a pretty face. I'll contact you as soon as I learn anything. Balkar out.
Let's hope he's half as good as he thinks he is. I never properly congratulated you on your promotion. You've come a long way since Ord Mantell. We should celebrate.
You could make me dinner.
You wouldn't enjoy that. I spent the last 10 years living off field rations. I got you a little something. Bought the stone off a trader a few years back. Had a Thielen jeweler fit it for me. Thought it looked nice on you.
Maybe next time you can get me something more practical, like thermite.
Oh? And what makes you think there's going to be a next time? I should get back to my duties. Congratulations again, sir. Still no word on the Deadeye's location. Balkar hasn't had any success decrypting those coordinates we picked up. This is taking too long. For all we know, the Imperials have relocated the Deadeyes. That intel could be obsolete.
We can still pick up a new trail if we follow those coordinates.
I suppose you're right. I'll keep monitoring the hollow. Maybe something will turn up. Good news, sir. Balker finally decoded the first set of coordinates.
Data points to an Imperial excavation site on Tatooine. Looks like my former SWTOR is being held there.
Then let's load up and get him out of there.
Ready when you are, sir. On your feet, soldiers.
Lieutenant Jorgan? What are you doing here?
I'm getting you out of here.
Thought we'd have been out of here weeks ago. Who's this?
Hold on. You knew someone would come rescue you?
That was part of the plan, wasn't it?
Plan? What plan?
It's all there in our mission outline. Didn't Zane brief you?
Zane? As in Senior Agent Zane? Man's been nothing but trouble for us.
So he didn't... Oh. Then I'm afraid I can't say anything more. SIS orders.
We just saved your life. Now start talking.
But we... Okay, look, we let ourselves get caught. Part of some top-secret SIS op. They implanted tracking devices in us. Plan was to follow us through Imperial space, find out where the imps ship their POWs, and then come rescue us.
It looks like someone forgot to follow through with that last part.
Nobody anticipated the imps would split us up, send us to labor details. Surprised the SIS didn't spring us then.
Typical SIS. Should have known better than to trust those spooks.
Too good an opportunity. You know how many troops we have in those camps.
What if the Imperials had executed you?
He had good intentions, Jorgan.
Yeah. And it landed him in an Imperial labor camp with no ticket home. But you're right. We'll have it out with the SIS later. For now, just sit tight. I'll call for an evac, get you boys home. Well, they're off. The SIS better have a good reason for leaving those men behind.
Zane is involved. Maybe he wants to enlighten us.
I'm sure he'll have something to say about this rescue op of ours. Anyway, we've done all we can for now. I'll see about getting the rest of those coordinates decrypted. I got the team prepped and ready for your assignments, Captain. We're all eager to do some damage. Like Garza said, we'll need 2 for the assault on the bridge. Getting in there will be a fight. Vic and Yoon are spoken for, so that leaves me, Dorn, and 4X to hit the bridge. Who do you want on the job?
I want to send as much firepower at the bridge as possible. 4X will back you up.
Works for me. We'll clear the place out, huh, 4X?
Affirmative, Lieutenant, sir. No Imperial will remain standing in the wake of our heroic assault.
We'll make the final adjustments before we land. Any other words for the team?
You're all supposed to be the best in the Republic. Now prove it. This op will be flawless. No surprises, no screw-ups, no improvisations without orders. Do I make myself clear?
Sir, yes, sir.
That's the last of them. We'll be good to go in just a few seconds.
Captain, it's Jorgan. Big trouble up on the bridge. We got the data, but Imperial reinforcements just showed up out of nowhere. A lot more than we can hold off. Are the bombs planted? Can we pull out?
Our objectives are complete. I want you all back aboard the ship, on the double.
Roger that. Let's move out.
Yes, sir. Captain, it is a great relief to see you well, in spite of the extensive fighting. I'm afraid that Jorgan sustained heavy injuries during our retreat from the bridge. Despite my efforts to absorb enemy fire, he refused to give up his portion of the fight. A perfect example of Republic heroism.
Damn you, Jorgan. Why'd you have to be so reckless?
I've stabilized him for now, sir, but the wounds would certainly have been fatal had 4X not gotten him to me so quickly. Jorgan is lucky to be alive.
Stay with him and keep me updated on his status.
Of course, Captain.
In recognition of injuries sustained in the line of duty, I've recommended Aric Jorgan for the Mark of Dedication, assuming you approve.
I can't think of anyone more deserving.
Excellent. I'll submit the necessary forms right away.
Good news, sir. Dorn's giving me a clean bill of health. I'm free to get back to work right away.
Don't push yourself if you aren't feeling up to it.
Are you kidding? I'm dying to get out there and stretch my legs. No need to worry about me, sir. Let's get to it.
I ever tell you about the time we were ordered to take out Moff Dallam? Dangerous mark. Wiley is that... Hang on. Incoming transmission. Care to guess who it is?
Major, Senior Agent Zane here. Apparently, I didn't make myself clear earlier. Or perhaps you thought an unauthorized rescue mission wouldn't constitute as interfering?
Can it, Zane? Torv told us all about your involvement in the Deadeye's capture.
Considering how incredibly classified that information was, I do hope you had to torture Lieutenant Torv. I understand your concern for your comrades, but you morons are only complicating things.
You're addressing the commander of Havoc Squad, Zane. You will show her the proper respect.
Apologies, but this is a delicate operation and your continued involvement will only jeopardize its completion.
You know where the other Deadeyes are being held. Tell me.
Seems to have slipped my mind.
Your operation's falling apart, Zane. Now either rescue the Deadeyes yourself, or get out of the way.
I don't take orders from grunts. This mission is over when I say it is.
I've had it with this guy. Permission to cut him off, sir.
Permission granted.
Good riddance. I can't tell if he really dropped the ball on this one or if he's still just lying to us. Either way, the SIS had their chance. Time for Havoc Squad to get the job done right.
You wanted to talk?
I did. You're my commanding officer. When we're on the field, I'm supposed to be following your lead and watching your back. I'm watching your back, all right. And everything else, too. It's unprofessional.
I didn't realize I looked so good in uniform.
I didn't think it was possible to make 32 kilos of reinforced durasteel look good. But you manage. Look, I don't know if this thing between us is going anywhere. You're a remarkable woman. But you're still my CO. I ever cross a line, go too far, you let me know.
What you do need is a woman who can put up with you.
Ooh. For the record, you kiss like most people punch. Well, I think I've said my piece. We'll talk again soon. I may have been wrong about you. Takes a lot to lead a squad like Havoc. Wasn't convinced you had it in you. Thought you were inexperienced, untested. But you got good instincts. Turned out to be a first-class leader.
That means a lot coming from you, Jorgan.
I just call it like I see it. I'll admit, that business on Ord Mantell still irks me. But it landed me in the most elite squad in the Republic, under one of the finest commanders I've served with. So I can't complain too much. Attention all Havoc personnel. I'm instating some mandatory downtime effective immediately. So, get out, have fun. That's an order. There. Thought a little RR might do the squad some good. I also figured a little alone time would do us some good.
Report to my quarters in 5 minutes. Bring your body armor.
Ha! You're joking, right? Well, that was productive. Very relaxing. I'll have to schedule more R&R time for the squad. A lot more. Just got off the holo with Torv. He asked me to thank you for getting him out of that labor camp. He's starting to see the danger the other Deadeyes are in. Anxious for us to find them.
Any luck decoding the rest of those coordinates?
Still waiting. Shouldn't be long now. It was a mistake to trust a snake like Zane, but Torv's heart was in the right place. I just hope this mistake doesn't get any of those men killed. Outstanding news, sir. We've got a positive fix on the Deadeye's location. Balkar finally came through for us. Decrypted the rest of those coordinates we sent him. The data points to an Imperial outpost on Hoth. Another labor camp, most likely.
A friendly visit from Havoc Squad ought to settle the score.
Right behind you, sir. Once we get those men out of there, we can put all this craziness behind us. I just hope we're not too late. Barracks. Hal. You two still breathing?
More or less. Didn't expect to see you here, sir.
Nor I. Care to tell me what you two are doing here?
What are you doing here?
My job. Don't you get it? This operation was never about rescuing POWs. We've been after one thing, Dusk 9.
Impossible. That place is just a myth.
Is it? We'll never know now, thanks to you two.
I must be missing something. What's Dusk 9?
It's nothing. Just a spook story the Imperials concocted to scare us.
Next to the Emperor's location, Dusk 9 is the Empire's best-kept secret. Hundreds of Black Ops projects are born there.
It's also a prison, according to the rumors. The things that supposedly go on there, too horrible to be real.
We're more interested in the intel hoarded there. We seeded thousands of bugged soldiers into the Imperial penal system, hoping for a bite.
Why so many soldiers?
To improve our odds, naturally. The more soldiers we seed, the better our chances of someone winding up at Dusk 9. We were using the wrong bait. The brass at Dusk 9 weren't interested in common soldiers. But how could they resist an SIS agent? So, I bugged myself, staged a bogus rescue operation, and let myself be captured. I was awaiting transfer when you two geniuses showed up.
You'd already agreed to rescue the Deadeyes once they were captured. Were you just planning on backing out?
A failed rescue mission was the perfect ruse to get me in. Far more productive than an actual rescue attempt. Now, I have no choice but to abort my mission and try again somewhere else.
Sir, we can deal with Zane later. Let's just find the rest of the squad and get out of here.
Jorgan, sir, they're dead. The cold, they didn't make it.
What? Trace? Copland? They're gone? But I thought... Zane.
Now you've done it.
What? It's not my fault they weren't properly insulated.
You killed them. You promised them a rescue that never came, and now they're dead for it.
How many other soldiers have died for you? Huh? 100? 1,000?
You can't kill me, Jorgan. Too many witnesses.
Far as we're concerned, sir, the Imperials killed him.
What? Wait, you can't just... Major, do something!
He's all yours, Jorgan.
No!
That's for Copland and Trace. Good men. Brave men.
I'm sure he had that coming for a long time.
Wouldn't surprise me.
You sure you two won't tell anyone about this?
Absolutely, sir.
Let's get you two back to your squad. They'll want to know you're okay. I'll call for an evac. They're off, sir. Mission accomplished.
You doing all right?
Honestly, I'd rather not talk about it right now, sir. Let's just get out of here. Sir, about what happened earlier. Zane got what was coming to him. But I shouldn't have been the one pulling the trigger. Killing an unarmed man. Republic agent, no less. That goes against everything I've been raised to do. Everything I've been trained to do.
None of the Deadeyes are gonna say anything, if that's what you're worried about.
It's not that. I know they'll keep their word. Honestly, it's not even Zane's death that's bothering me. It's everything. The Deadeyes, the operation, and the Republic's part in all this. You heard Zane. Thousands of soldiers, all being fed to the Empire to find a place that may not even exist. It isn't right.
We put a stop to that when we killed Zane.
Did we? Who's to say another agent won't just pick up right where he left off? We're stats to the brass. numbers to throw at the Empire for the Republic's convenience. I'd have been proud to die for the Republic before, but after this...
The actions of one man don't reflect the actions of the Republic as a whole.
Zane may have just been one man, but there are plenty of others like him calling the shots for us. Won't ever trust command again, but I'll keep fighting. Because the Republic is more than the bureaucrats running it. It's the billions of people who can't fend for themselves, who are counting on us to defend them. I'll fight for them. And for you, sir. I'm only going to say this once, so listen up. Being a soldier isn't just what I do, it's who I am. And I'm good at it. But when it comes to women, relationships, that's where things get messy for me.
I can think of a few reasons why that might be.
Very funny. Point is, I like you. A lot. I've never met a woman who got me the way you seem to.
You're a good man, Jorgan. I'm lucky to have found you.
Glad you think so. I've given up a lot for the Republic, and I'll keep on giving as long as I can. But for all the rules and regulations telling me otherwise, you're the one thing I'll never give up.
I've never heard you talk so openly before.
Yeah, just don't blab about it. All right. I think that's enough heartfelt sentiment for one day. Let's get back out there and bag us some Imperials. I wasn't sure when would be a good time to bring this up. Figure, now's as good as any. For the Cathar, picking a maid, it's a lifelong commitment. Big decision, as you can imagine. Never really gave it much thought before. Then I met you.
My people have that too. It's called marriage.
Right. Marriage. But lately I've been thinking about you and me, the war, and what'll happen when it's all over. I've been thinking I'd like to start a family someday. Family with you.
Aric Jorgan, are you asking me to be your life mate?
Blast a woman, I had all this planned out. But, yes, life, mate, wife, however you want to put it, the position's yours. If you want it.
And here I was beginning to think the war was going to end before you proposed.
I'll take that as a yes. As soon as we get the chance, we should go on leave. Have this done all official-like. Maybe take a vacation, go someplace quiet, someplace far away from the war. I'm thinking either.
I'd like to see your homeworld someday.
Cathar? Never been there myself, honestly. Not much left to see from what I hear. Still, it's a thought. You ever think we'll adopt our own litter of runts?
I honestly never gave it much thought.
Really? You should start. If we do raise any of our own, I'll look forward to showing them around a blaster rifle. When they're old enough, of course.